You're in a car wreck. You obviously, most people are employed outside the house, and you have not only injury claims, but you have lost wage claims, right? Many times people just have what's called past lost wage claims, which are wage loss that occurs the day of the accident, for instance, or a couple days thereafter, or even weeks after, but they resolve and you're able to go back to work. That's a past lost wage claim. But there's this thing called future lost wage claims that relate to wage loss that you have not incurred yet. You can also claim those in Florida after a car wreck, but the standard of proof is that the future lost wages have to be reasonably certain to occur. If you can't prove they're going to reasonably certain to occur in the future, then you can't bring the claim. Let me give you some examples. Some people, recently I was talking to a real estate agent who said, I was injured in a wreck and I wasn't able to show many houses that week, and I guarantee I would have at least had a couple of new listings that would have been potentially money makers, and they would have made me this much money. That may be the case, but in that scenario, unless you've got a contract already that says somebody wants to hire you for their real estate agent, and they basically tell you they want to cancel it because of the wreck, and then that house was such a hot commodity that it actually sold like days later, and everybody knew that it was going to sell, and we can prove that it was reasonably certain to have occurred, then that's a situation where that would happen. Most of the time, you're not able to do that. Most of the time with future lost wage claims, especially if you're a commission or you have any kind of contingency arrangement where you don't make money unless something happens, like a sale happens. Those are hard to prove unless you already have everything in the works. Or it's a thing where you were retained and it was just a matter of formality before that event was going to sell, or that item was going to sell. Going after future lost wages when you don't even have the contract to sell the house in that example, or there's no high likelihood that house is going to sell quickly, that kind of thing, it's a lot harder to prove that those are reasonably certain to occur. So, wage earners is a little bit different. If a wage earner, somebody that makes an hourly rate, is injured in a car wreck, and they have a past lost wage claim, and then doctors tell them, oh, you cannot work until the future, or you're not going to be able to work at all in the future. We take what their wages were, we extrapolate and account for any raises they may get. We also extrapolate based on interest rates and those kind of things. And you're able to come up with a future lost wage number just based on their past lost wages, right? Their typical hours per week, and their work-life expectancy. Work-life expectancy is how many years would this person have been expected to work for the remainder of their life at this particular job? And what, history-wise, what are the wages increases, and what intervals were they getting wage increases, and what were the likelihood that that wage increase would have occurred in the future? So we still have to prove they're reasonably certain to occur, but it's a little easier with a wage earner because we already have a track record already of what they're making per hour, how many hours they're working per hour, and there's not anything contingent upon their employment other than them still being employed. In other words, they don't have to make a certain sell. Something doesn't have to happen for them to get paid in the future. They just have to show up and do a good job, right? So if you have a car wreck and you have questions or concerns about future lost wages or lost wages in general, you can find us on the web at zarzaurlaw.com, or you can call us at 855-HIRE-JOE. Thank you.